for heroes proved in liberating strife. Who more than self their country loved.
Ladies and gentlemen, November 11th has become a sacred moment in our history. Since the end of the First World War, Americans have taken this day to thank those who have served our country in the armed forces. It's a great sacrifice to don America's uniform, to go overseas, and to fight to defend our great nation. It's appropriate that in this month we also choose our national leaders and pause on a day of Thanksgiving. On this November 11th, we ask you to keep in mind all those who have served our country, especially those among us here at Central High School.
Be nobleness
and so, my fellow Americans, ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country.
What did you do in the military?
So, I was in the military for 20 years. I started out as a combat engineer in Baumholder, Germany, and I transitioned over into a logistics field. And I did logistics for about 15 years. The last couple of years, 5, 6, 7 years, I worked in the National Simulation Center where we did computer modeling and wargaming. So that's what I did in the military.
What has your service meant to you personally?
So you have to go back. My grandfather served in the military as an officer. My father was an officer in the military, and I then became an officer in the military. So for me, it was a lot about tradition. It was a lot about serving your country and fulfilling what was kind of expected of me. My service has been absolutely incredible. I've been to over, 25 countries. I've seen other countries. I've seen what it means to be part of the United States. I've seen countries where life is very difficult and life is very cheap. And so I don't take for granted the freedoms that we have and the standard of living that we have. The three things I do in my life again, and it's marry the same woman I'm married to now, have children, and join the United States Army. I love this institution, and I'd do it all over again.
Thank you.
America, I love you, America, because my God done shed his grace on thee, and you ought to love him for it, because he crowned my good. He told me he would save his brotherhood.
I am Adolfo, the king of romance. Okay. What's the musical about? Give us a synopsis.
Well, let's see. It's about this guy, and he's listening to his favorite record, and the show comes alive in his living room, and it's super great, and everyone should come and see the show. It's super amazing. Would recommend, 100%.
So this is my apartment. I have my chair that I'm quite fond of sitting in, as well as all my records. I'm a big fan of records. All sorts of nice things. Got a nice little kitchen here. And it's not big, but it gets done what I need to do. I have my bed down here. Safe space, you know. It's convenient. And my jacket, I don't wear it very often. My door. And my telephone. And that's my apartment. Come to the show. Can you give me a brief synopsis of your character?
Robert is the groom in the wedding to Janet Vandergraaf. So throughout the show, my character kind of goes through the ins and outs of going through marriage and see if he really wants to do this.
All right, and that's it. All right.
All right. So I'm the Drowsy Chaperone, and I am in the Drowsy Chaperone at Central High School. And so basically, the whole show is centered around a couple main characters. So there's a wedding going on, and it's with Janet and Robert are getting married, and everybody's getting together for the wedding, and they're gonna get married and live happily ever after. But there's a lot of different conflicts that go on. There's a lot of mayhem, you know. But in the end, so come.
But don't spoil it. What? Don't spoil the ending.
Okay, fine. Start over.
Hey everyone, it's time for sports.
Run.
Hey guys, I'm here with Ben Willoughby and Kenzie Miller. Guys, how does it feel to run your last race? It was really awesome. I was really excited to go out and run with my team and just give it our all, and we had a great time, so it was fun.
Yeah, Yeah, it was really hard, not just like physically, like I pushed myself really hard, but also it was difficult knowing that it's my very last race and I'm never going to be able to run with this group of guys again. But even though it was really sentimental, I liked it a lot, and I'm glad that these 4 years I got to spend with these great group of people.
What's one thing that you can say to your team for the future?
I would definitely say just to continue to encourage each other and love each other, and just to put each other first in all situations and run hard for each other, because that's what this sport is about.
Just remember, above all things, the one word you need to be thinking about at all times whenever you're doing this with each other is team, because when you're thinking about running by yourself and doing it for yourself, and you just want yourself to, when you want to be successful by yourself, you're not going to get very far. And if it wouldn't have been for this bond that we had this year and us being so close to each other all the time and knowing each other so well and getting so close, we wouldn't have done all the great things we did this season. So I would say do that every year.
Thanks, guys.
Is Central High School the best school west of Mississippi? Does everyone love the song Country Roads?
Country roads, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home. Country roads, take me home. To the place I belong, West Virginia, Mountain Mama.
6 people directions.